With the 15th pick and with the 26th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Dwayne Haskins, Montez Sweat.
Welcome, all my fellow Redskin brethren and sistren. I am your man and resident Redskins fan, Lou. Thank you for joining me here on the Redskins Report. Coming at you with a really intriguing, fascinating hypothetical. Now, I didn't come up with this idea, so let me give credit where credit is due. I was listening to the Kevin Sheehan Show podcast today, and I must say, admittedly, I haven't been listening to it as often as I should. I used to be a staunch listener every single day. I had to have it. It was my fix. But in the summertime, he started going away. He started trying to kind of prepare himself for going back onto the radio. And one of those times where he didn't put out a podcast, I just didn't come back afterwards. Well, I got an opportunity to listen today, and it was a really good podcast episode today. And he was just talking, and I don't even think he even thought about this. And then it just kind of came out. And as it came out, he was like, shit, that was a really good idea. So it was so good, as a matter of fact, that he couldn't even answer the question himself. And generally, I'm a guy that's pretty definitive. I pick a side and I stay on that side. And I couldn't even bring myself to pick a side. He couldn't pick a side and neither could I. And I was like, well, damn, if I can't even pick a side, I think I would be remiss if I didn't bring this to the YouTube fam. So I'm going to give you the question that he posed to himself. And I'm going to pose it to you guys. I still don't know what I would side with here, but I think I know what you guys are going to select. But it's a tough question either way you slice it. And I'm just going to put it in a slightly different framework, but it's the same concept that he was proposing on his show. So here's the scenario. The NFL, I'm just going to put it in this way. All right. He didn't put it this way, but it's the same concept. So the NFL approaches you, and let's just say Roger Goodell approaches you as a Redskin fan and says, hey, you Redskin fan, come here. I got a red pill, blue pill scenario for you. All right. Check this out. Now, you got to choose one or the other, and you can't have it both ways. All right. So you decide. I'm going to lay it all out for you. You have to make a decision. All right. So I know how badly you want Daniel Snyder the hell out of there. All right. I understand. He's been horrible for the organization. And honestly speaking, he's killing the Redskins market. And fans are leaving in droves. And we got to get that market back up to speed. It's one of the biggest markets in the NFL. And when that market is thriving, the league is thriving. And so we got to get Dan the hell out of here. So here's what we're going to pose to you. All right. Hey, how about I make Daniel Snyder sell the team? All right. All right. So I'm going to make him sell the team. But if I do, you got to change the Redskins name. So here's the scenario. As a Redskins fan, which would you rather have? Would you rather have Daniel Snyder as the owner and keep the Redskins name, which is the scenario we have right now and probably going to be the scenario until Daniel Snyder is no longer on this earth? Or you could get Daniel Snyder the hell out of D.C. as Redskins owner. However, you got to change the Redskins name. All right. So all of a sudden now the Redskins become not the Washington Redskins, but the Washington Warriors or something like that. That's the name that they kept boundying about when the whole name controversy was swirling and at its peak. What would you do? Which would you choose? Would you trade Daniel Snyder as the owner for the Redskins name, or would you get him out of town, but in that regard have to then change the Redskins name? Which matters to you the most? Would you mind rooting for the Washington Warriors for a new owner? And again, you don't know if the new owner is going to be a great owner or not. The next guy could come in and be just as bad as Daniel Snyder, and now you don't have the Redskins name anymore. So you don't know what you're going to get yourself into. You just know you would much rather take what's behind door number 2. You don't know if behind door number 2 is another Daniel Snyder clone in terms of an owner, but you do know that it's not Daniel Snyder and you're willing to take that risk. But you'd be willing to take that risk at the expense of the Redskins name. All right. And instead, they would be called the Washington fill in the blanks, Generals, Senators, Warriors, some other nonsense. All right. So that's the question I have for you. I am dying to read the comments in the comment section. How would you go about that situation? What would you choose? Would you choose Daniel Snyder and the Redskins name, or Snyder out of Washington as Redskins owner and a new Redskins name, a new Washington name for the team? So there you have it. Question has been posed. Would you trade out Daniel Snyder for a new name, or would you rather have Snyder remain owner and try to stick it out and keep the Redskins name? I got to know. All right. I am a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskins spirit will never die. Redskins spirit will never fold. Until we meet again, hail to the beloved Washington Redskins. I don't know what I would do. I still am on the fence. It's so hard to get rid of all of that history. But at the same time, there will be no new history for us to pass down to our kids if Daniel Snyder continues to be the owner. So I really don't know what to do. What would you do? I posed the question. Want to hear from you in the comment section. Leave it in the section along with a thumbs up and a sub if you haven't already done so. I am your man, Louie T, signing off. Until next time, you guys have a good one.